Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the NLL Flash. My name is Tino Fera, and we are coming at you again with another season preview. Next up on the list, the Vancouver Warriors. But before we get there, just like always, we have to introduce our guest and analyst, once again from Lacrosse Flash, Mr. Aiden Yorke. Aiden, how have you been, man?
Doing good, man. Loving the Vancouver life. Obviously, being from back east is a little different, but loving it. Yeah, things are good. How are you?
Good, man. You're the second person to come back at me with the how are you question. What a refreshing take. But let's jump right into the Warriors. Vancouver last season got off to a relatively strong start, and then the injury bug took over, and it was kind of a downhill spiral from that point on. They did have some pretty good games towards the end of their season trying to make that push, but ultimately just fell a little bit short. So, Aiden, just like we've been asking everybody, in their offseason this past summer, what do you think is the biggest move that they've made?
Yeah, it's hard to argue against Sean Evans. You bring in a future Hall of Famer, a ton of points under his belt, tons of experience. He's been there, done that. I think he'll be great for the righty side there, and only makes their offense that much more potent. Outside of that, you bring back Mitch Jones, who missed a lot of last season, and I know that's not an off-season addition per se, but I think having him last year betters their odds of making the playoffs. It's hard to argue against that too. Between those two, I think next year it's going to be, or this season's going to be very, very good for that offense.
A lot of people credit that Mitch Jones injury to being the ultimate thing that derailed their season, but I guess this season will show us, what they really are, especially with their new coach, Troy Cordingley, coming in. But in your opinion, Aiden, who is one or two players that you're going to keep your eye on and everyone else should be keeping their eye on this season?
Adam Charlambides last year, being the highly touted rookie he missed so many years from box and field for that matter. I think he still has it. There was glimpses of greatness there for that, high first round pick. I think this year with Jones being back is going to open it up for him, and having Sean Evans on the right side to swing it with and ball and killing. I wouldn't be shocked if he puts up, 60, 70 points this year.
Like we said, injuries played a huge factor last season. So with us seeing hopefully a healthy, fresh set of bodies here coming into this season, maybe we'll see Vancouver in the postseason. But Aiden, what has to happen for Vancouver to make it into the postseason?
I'm going to parlay this answer. I'm going to go with their offense outscoring the problems they saw on defense last year, and Steve Fryer playing like an average NLL goalie. When he was in Colorado a couple years back, we saw glimpses of that. And I think he needs to find that next step of what makes a difference between a starter and a backup. And that means being able to shoulder a workload, and especially with, the uncertainties behind him on the depth chart. That's not a knock on Aiden Walsh or Cosgrove or the other backups they have at camp right now, but they're unproven. And to be quite frank, I don't know if Steve Fryer is a proven starter. And if they can outscore their problems and Fryer can find that gear, then I think they have a legitimate chance at making the playoffs.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Mr. Aiden Yorke. And thank you very much to the viewers for watching another episode of NLL Flash. We'll see you next time.